Here we go again. I went on a rant in my last video, towards the end of it. In my last video, I talked about patience and how patience is the art of figuring out what to do in the meantime while you wait for the thing that you want. And what's funny is that the things that you should be doing are the things that will get you the thing you want. You do those things while you wait for it, right? Towards the end of that video, I started talking about another concept of mine, which is that if you do not have what you want in this life, you do not deserve it. If you do not have the relationship status that you want in this life, if you do not have the physique that you want in this life, if you do not have the finances that you want in this life, it is because specifically you have not done the work that is required to deserve it. And in this video, I'm going to get a little bit heated because I'm extremely passionate about this topic. I have lived this. I have seen people live this. It's simply the truth. If you do not have the relationship status that you want, if it's either non-existent or every relationship you've been in has been toxic and a train wreck, I need you to look in the mirror. I need you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, would I date me? Do I have tendencies that are actually toxic? Am I a taker? Am I taking the other person's love, intimacy, and time because I cannot handle myself on my own and I am codependent? Because if the answer to any of those questions is yes, and I need you to ask those questions honestly, by the way, you have some work to do. You are not yet worthy of a good relationship. It's the same thing with the physique. We can sit here and wish that there was a pill we could pop, and then all of a sudden we've got perfect muscular structure, and by the same token, six-pack abs. And we aren't fat anymore. You can wish all day for that. You can wish your metabolism was better. You can wish you were gifted genetically. Or you can do the thing that actually gets you what you want, which is clean up your bloody diet and get in the gym. That is literally it. Clean up your diet, eat clean, don't overeat, and train. And you will have the physique that you want. Finances is another fantastic example. If you are not where you want to be financially, sure, there are factors outside of your control, namely the economy. But if you are blaming the fact that you're not where you want to be financially on the fact, the idea, really, that you are marginalized somehow, by a system that was designed for the white man. And I say this as a white man, but I'm going to prove every one of you who's calling me a racist wrong in about 30 seconds. Understand you have not yet done the work to deserve what it is that you want financially. You have not made the decisions to get where you want to go. You've wasted your money on useless subscriptions to streaming services, going out to eat all the time, drinking, partying, drugs. You don't save a lick of your cash, you don't invest it, and you aren't working enough. You're working part-time and wondering why you don't have cash in the bank. And if you're working full-time, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, etc., I'm right there with you. I'm putting in a monumental amount of effort myself too, but that's so that I can have that FU money. Now, by the same token, those of you who are calling me a racist, I refer to you to David Goggins. I refer you to David Goggins. This man had every disadvantage you could possibly imagine, save for being a woman. Right? And I'm not saying being a woman is a disadvantage, but I want to explain to you exactly what that man went through when he was a youth. He grew up in an abusive household. His father beat him, his mother, and his brother senselessly. He moved away to Indiana because his mother was smart enough to make the decision to get the hell out of there. But where he ended up in Indiana had an active sect of the KKK right next to him. He was there as a black man during the height of the KKK. Think about this. And then he went to school, and he developed a stutter. And then guess what? He cheated his way through school, all the way through high school. And by the time he was 24 years old, he was everything that those racists said he would be. Uneducated, broke, no future. 300 pounds, working for Ecolab, raking in $1,000 a month. That was his life. And now, guess what he is? You all know David Goggins as the most sought-after public speaker on the planet, a 2-time New York Times best-selling author, Navy SEAL, ultramarathoner, You can go and read his resume. But he is the living example of a quote that I love, and that quote is this: there is always somebody who has had it worse and done it better. I want you to understand that the tone I take in this video is dripping with such passion and rage because I live this. I have seen people live this. I have also seen people not turn their lives around. I see their potential, and I see them wasting it, and it pisses me off. I live that hell for everybody I know. I see who they are and who they could become. And if you're offended by anything that I just said, by the rant that I just went on, here's what I'd like you to do. If you think that putting in a monumental amount of effort toward the things you want in this life is not going to get you the things you want in this life, I have a challenge for you. I want you to walk away with this video pissed off at me. And I want you to clean up your diet and go to the gym. I want you to work on yourself internally and become somebody who is okay and happy by themselves so that you are not a taker in relationships. I want you to study your own psychology so that you understand how you tick, what your toxic tendencies are, and I want you to do away with them. I want you to work relentlessly at excelling in your career or your business day after day after day after day, never stopping because you want to prove me wrong and say that all of that work means nothing. I want you to do all of that work for a decade. I want you to put in monumental amounts of effort into the big three: your health, your wealth, your relationships, for a decade. And I want you to come back to this video in 10 years and then tell me I'm wrong. Do you understand? I got very heated in this video because it is a concept that is the core of the message that I preach here, that our lives are determined by the choices we make. If you do not have what you want in this life, you do not yet deserve it. So get to work. My name is Christopher Strobach. I hop on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets that I happen to have, lessons I've learned in this life, because I feel that they will be useful to you. And the reason I say that is because they've been extremely beneficial to me. If you found any value in anything that I just said, the only thing that I ask is that you make use of it. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, rant at me about the points that I just gave in this video, I have a Discord server. It's the top link in the description. You are free to join it. Other than that, get after it, kick some ass, and I'll see you next time. And for some of you, I'll see you in 10 years.